What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Two broke dudes. Today we're going to be talking about Lady Macgyver.
Lady Macgyver. So you were telling me a little about this before the show. They want to bring back the show, right?
Want to bring back the show, and they want to use a Macgyver that is female, and they want it to be kind of correct to what is going on with the engineering around the world. So there's a good possibility she won't be American, or not that she won't be American, but she'll be portrayed as somebody from Indian descent or Asian descent because they are a higher population of engineers.
They strive. Yeah, that's true. That's where a lot more engineers come out of. That's interesting.
Well, they want to make it factual, and it's a push. What this is a push to get female engineers out there into STEM careers, which I am so behind. Because I believe, females deserve the right to, be equals, and they are equals. It's just...
I believe... I might get a lot of hate for this. I believe the job should go to the person who deserves the job.
Yeah, it should go to the person who deserves the job, but a lot of females aren't studying in engineering. And it's because it's, there's a lot of stereotypes that come to engineering. Like, I was an engineering student at one point, and it's tough, man. Like, but it's a very, like... Ha ha ha! We're the boys, We build the stuff, we make the stuff, and then it's like, okay, girls, you can do the math. No, it's not. It shouldn't be like that,
Well, it's no different. It's no different than the video games. Like when I was going to school for computer science, a lot of males in there. We all wanted to do something in video games mainly, and there were some girls, and we included them. But it's just what it is. It's just kind of, but it's a turning trend.
Exactly.
When we worked in video games. There were a ton of girls that worked, well, not a ton though, but there were a lot of girls, and and that seemed to be actually their prerogative was to hire more girls.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing. It's to strengthen it. It's to build up the numbers. And I think that's the best thing about the new girl Macgyver. Like, just in case you guys don't know, Macgyver's a show from the 80s.
Yeah,
and it was basically the guy could take this little piece of paper and this, and he could make a parachute or a bomb or whatever he would need to do to get out of trouble or to save somebody or do something right.
Hence the term where, if you've ever heard it, I'm going to Macgyver this.
Yeah.
Or we're going to Macgyver this situation, meaning we're going to just throw something together and make it work.
To make it work. But I think this is so cool, man. Like, a girl Macgyver. And the best part about it is that they're crowdsourcing it. So if you have a really good idea and you think you've got the idea for the next girl Macgyver, you can submit it. And if they like it, you get a job as a writer to write the screenplay.
That actually is that's actually really good, but man, the amount of people they're probably going to have do that,
I think it's going to be like, you submit a synopsis of it.
They're not going to do like a American Idol where they travel the world and everyone does readings from their scripts. I don't like it. Bloody hell, it was awful. I don't want this on my show.
Only if they get the hardest critics. But no, I mean, I think this is needed almost in a sense. I think there's a big need for females in the engineering career and the STEM education kind of stuff. Like, there needs to be more females there because there's such a divide.
Let me ask you this. I want to try to play devil's advocate. Don't be offended by this. But do you think it could succeed? Like, it's a lot of shows like this have tried to push these strong female leads, and they kind of have not worked out. And I guess this isn't really a good example, but with these reboots, like Charlie's Angel, that was a reboot they just did recently, tanked. It was canceled after the third episode. They didn't even finish the season.
I didn't even see it.
But that was because it was just awful. What they tried to do is they tried to modernize the Charlie's Angels, and it just didn't work. So do you think they can modernize Macgyver? Even if they try and throw in a girl in there, do you think that's really enough to make it work?
I think it all depends on the content. If your content is good, if we had... I feel like there could be a show about two guys just staying in a house and just, BSing and have some kind of subplot on why they can't go out. And I think you could make a funny little 5-minute show out of it. It'd be hard to make, bigger episodes and stuff like that. But it's all about the content that you put in your shows, which will make the show. If you have funny jokes and you're trying to go for a comedy, people are going to keep watching it. Adventure Time, the show's, honestly, it's not... The art is pretty simple compared to most, animation.
Yeah.
But the show has tons of viewers.
Yeah.
And people are going to keep watching it. The content is what's making it strong. So, Girl Macgyver, it's going to bring back the old viewers. Plus, there's the possibility of all these new viewers, that are going to come in. and it's going to be an inspiration to kids. You know what I mean? And to show out the equalness between females, males. You know, that it is all equal and that anybody can do anything, really. And it's going to be dope.
All right.
Sorry, it's going to be cool.
Interesting. I mean, I can see it. I'm going to kind of go off on a little rant here about the whole like women in the workplace thing.
This is all I throw my hands up. Don't shoot me.
In one of the people that it's like I said earlier, if they can do the job, then they deserve the job. It should not be given to someone just because it's like.
I think they believe that. I think females believe that too.
But that's right. But the thing is unfortunately, it's a real thing and it does exist that people do hire. We've seen it where people have been hired because they are a girl, and it's like we need women here. Okay?
Well, yeah, they all jobs have quotas, and there should be an equal right kind of thing.
But
because you know what, not statistically, I don't know the statistics on it, but a lot of the times when somebody's interviewing somebody, these two can have the same kind of thing left and right. You know, same qualifications, same background. Everything. But 9 out of 10 times, like, they want to pick the guy usually because it just feels like the quote-unquote right decision. Because the guy is stereotyped as the breadwinner, the one who will work.
That's unfortunate. Like, I mean, it's one of the things where I feel like I could change that, but I'm just not given that opportunity. I wholeheartedly agree with that, but at the same time, I can't believe that's actually a thing. So it's just baffling. Like, in my mind,
well, it's subconscious. It's subconscious with the stereotypes that you see when you're a kid. Okay,
that's the old. I feel like that's the old generation. It's like how video games are still like in government, like hated and thrown at. Like, oh my gosh, video games are the reason because of this, and that's why killings. Rather than understanding the situation, and that old crew is slowly leaving. Now we have the younger generation slowly getting into government, and they're like, "What are you talking about? Video games are the cause." Like, we grew up with video games. We're in politics. So that's slowly changing. Yeah. So I feel like that's what it is. Once that kind of generation gets shifted out and our generation kind of takes over those hiring positions, like we're still young, our generation's getting there. I think it's going to have a hopefully complete shift. I mean, there's still going to be those people that are just complete douchebags and hire like, hey, you look good, nice low cut shirt. So this is for a managerial position, 10 years, but you don't have any manager experience. That's okay.
We can make that work, but I don't think it. I mean. I know it happens, but I really think, the subconsciousness of it. When you're a kid, even like when they show the old shows, which are making the new shows because everything's regurgitated BS. Like look at American Dad. The dad brings home the money. Francine doesn't have a job. Look at Family Guy.
Yeah.
Peter brings home the money, and Peter's dumb as hell. And Lois could probably get a job, make more money.
That actually is a good point. I wonder why that was done that way. I think, like I was going to say, with American Dad, it was done that way because of Seth Rogen. At least this is my... Seth Rogen. Seth MacFarlane. Sorry, so many Seths in Hollywood. Seth Green, Seth... I think they took... They took that old American dream.
Yeah,
like that's because it's so heavily Americanized. Like that's what the point of the show.
He's the hardcore Republican.
I work for the American government, America, and then the wife is like, "Hi, honey, I have dinner already," and that's why I always think that show.
And for what
Family
the show
Guy,
is going for.
Think about it though.
But Family Guy, Lois never she does get a job, but not as much as Peter does. He always gets into odd jobs, doing whatever he can to make enough money for the family, just like Simpsons. And Simpsons has been going for 25 years.
Yeah, but I think Simpsons has just been going for a long time.
So it's still going, and the idea is still built upon these people that are, going to be born.
Yeah.
I have a teacher, or had a teacher, I'm not going to name names, who loved The Simpsons. Mm-hmm. His kids love The Simpsons. And now, that message of the man's got to go and work is going to... even though it's not 100%, but I really feel... subconsciously, once you see it once and twice and over again, it affects you. Like, even if you don't think about it, it's subconscious. You're not supposed to realize it. You're not supposed to realize it.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that because I'm gonna have to say that it comes down to the parenting. Like, if you were born and raised in a situation like that where the dad goes to work and mom stays home, then you kind of, and then you watch TV shows and you see it, then you kind of really get it ingrained in your mind. But if you come from a home where mom works, dad works, you watch TV shows, but I think you're raised with a different perspective because you now have a hardworking mother, a hardworking father.
Let me put it to you this way. Both my parents worked, and my parents split up. So, in that time, whenever, who usually disciplines, mom or dad?
Mom,
Normally for you? See, my dad normally disciplined. I know for a lot of families, I'd probably say statistically, the dad, I think,
is the fun one.
Is the fun one?
So yeah,
what?
Yes, no, that's how it was for me.
My dad beat the shit.
Really? See, for me, it was dad is fun. Mom is no longer is. I guess.
I mean, both my parents.
It's like the dads were there to play with you, to have fun with. When mom came in, it was business needs to get started, homework needs to go, stuff needs to happen. Mom was the strict one. It's like, hey, this needs to get done. Dad was the, let's just keep playing. I'm the fun one. Let me play video games. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, my mom gets spankings. She washed her mouth out with soap. Like, oh yeah. And Dad was the one who was like, I'll play video games with you guys. Woo!
See, well, for me, it was like, if I got beat, it was from my dad. I remember my mom tried to beat me one time. I laughed.
I laughed at you.
Don't tell him. But no, it was just the way it is. At least in what I've seen, the dad is the one who lays down the force. But that's different. You know what I mean? We've had different lives, different experiences. But from what I've seen, it's like that. So since both my parents worked and they both had the same job and they both had the same years, I'm not gonna lie, I've always shown, and I know this is bad, but in a sense, I think I've always shown my dad more respect. Let me rephrase it. I've been in more of fear of my dad. My mom is more caring and nurturing, but I feel that's very motherly anyway. But I've always been like, okay, Dad always makes sure to get things done.
Yeah.
Not that my mom doesn't. My mom handles it, but just the way the world works in my head.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's not true. They both work equally hard, but
that's just what I think. Like, I mean, so my parents divorced when I was 2. Okay, and my mom worked very hard. Like I've told you, like she worked very. She went back to college while my sister and I were young, and she worked very hard to eventually become vice president of the company. And she had to keep going to take care of us.
My parents are bartenders.
To give us
they went to college.
They
went to the college of drinks, bro.
So she worked very hard to get to where she was at, so that way she could take care of my sister and I. And so for me, it's. I guess it was just different for me. Like, yeah, I've seen those shows. It doesn't really cross my mind. Like, even today, like, my girlfriend always jokes. She's like, oh, I'm going to come a stay-at-home wife, and then you become the rich one. And I'm like, hell no. Like, you're working.
Yeah, no, we're
both working.
Both have to work in this day and age.
We both have to work in this day and age.
I mean, honestly, if I had the opportunity, if XYZ Sugar Mama, if my girl right now was like, hey, I work a lot, I make bank, you need me to raise the kids? What do you want me to do? Do you want to play house all day?
I would do the same.
I would definitely do the same.
Definitely do the same. I just feel like that's the situation anyway. I'm making millions. Oh, my girlfriend or my wife here is making $80,000 a year. That's chump change at this point. I'm making millions.
Yeah, I mean,
what do we need that for? Because like that's on the paycheck. What is that? That's like $2-3 grand.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm making hundreds of thousands. But we've drifted so far from the TV show. But I feel like the only reason why a stink is brought up is when people stink about it. It's like in the sense like it's like the gay marriage and everything like that. If it's only a big deal when people make a big deal out of it. If we just but if we just let it happen, it becomes the norm. If it's just oh hey, did you see the neighbors got married? Oh yeah, there's 2 guys. Yeah, that's awesome. Great for them. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to Facebook. I'm not photos everywhere. This gay couple made it. Yeah. I'm not throwing it everywhere. It just happened. It just needs to happen. And it's the fact that like it needs to be publicized everywhere.
Well, it has to be because they need the footing. Are you really?
Go ahead now.
Are you really on your phone? Like you were giving me crap earlier?
Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead.
Anywho, yeah, no, they need the footing. They need the footing and the support. And so a share, yes, it comes on Facebook.
Yeah.
But it shows...
Facebook, I don't look at them, man.
But
I'm talking like media.
Okay, in media. It shows that it's advancement and that the world is moving forward.
Oh, yes, when it's positively shown. But I feel like the media is just such a negative connotation.
Yes.
But I think even now we're drifting into a way different topic.
Yeah. Anywho, check out the new Macgyver show or submit your TV idea.
Let us know what you think. I mean, hey, go pitch the show to them. Maybe you guys will be their writers and then you'll be laughing all the way to the bank while us two broke dudes. Two broke dudes.
Remember, stay richer than us. Like, subscribe.
Till next time.